Hey guys, so it was payday today and decided to basically go bargain hunting in my local town's Fareham, Southampton. And yeah, I did pretty well actually in the first place I went, which was, you see that, cash converters. Let's have a look. Now I was there last week and I saw something in there that I wanted to buy, but you know, I've just sort of disciplined myself lately whereby I'm just not spending money. But where it was payday, of course, everything in this bag, if everything in there is what I think is in there, cost me a total of, I think, £12. So, let's have a look at that. Apologies if the lighting in this is quite poor. Currently, actually, no, I won't even show you because it would just make the focus go to hell, but currently running on a lamp at night. So, anyway, cash converters today, and here's what I got. So, basically, they had a bunch of old Mega Drive games. I haven't seen Mega Drive games in a shop in number, we'll say, in maybe like a decade. I've seen like one or two in Oxfam every now and then, and you know, there's kind of charity shops. But yeah, so I was chuffed to see quite a few. So let's have a look. This one is Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge now, or sorry, Lotus Turbo Challenge. Don't know where I got Esprit from. You know, I've always been calling it that. That's quite foolish. So sadly it's in the classics box. Now I've already opened this and there's actually an interesting twist on this as well. As you can see, it was $1.99. The Lotus games are absolute classics in my opinion. The music's just utterly brilliant throughout the trilogy. People regard, I think, Lotus 2 as the best out of the three. Obviously this is the first one. You know, I don't care that it's the classics box. It would have been nice if it was the original, but when I open it up you'll realise why I don't care. So yeah, you open it up and that right there is Lotus 2. So I'm not complaining because, as I just said, this is the best in the series. So I guess the footage on screen will probably be of Lotus 2 for the Mega Drive, and it's got a really cool cartridge as well, which is nice. So yeah, basically Lotus 2 in the wrong box. So it's kind of an upgrade though, so I'm not really annoyed about that. And I haven't got a lot of storage space anyway, so these just go in the loft. So I'll keep the cartridges down here where I can use them, and the box can burn in hell. So let's go to the bag again, and here we have another one, and this is Micro Machines Turbo Tournament 96, obviously for the Mega Drive, $1.99 again, and we'll open this one up. No manual, but what we do have, and one of the reasons I bought it, also the Micro Machines games are great, but one of the other reasons is they supported, at this point, up to 4 players. You just plug another couple of controllers in there. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, they bill it as... Oh, this isn't the one. Oh yeah, 8 players. Basically, the idea is, I've only got a 360 controller in front of me, but I'll try and demonstrate. Yeah, this isn't going to work, is it? So I think you'd steer, imagine this is a Genesis pad. I'm looking around to see if I've got one. Anyway, Genesis pad. So player 1 would use the D-pad to steer his car and move around, and player 2 would use the buttons. In the Genesis case, there'd be 3 of them. And that's how they'd say you have 8 players, even though you've actually only got 4. But you know, if you want your own controllers in this one, you can have up to 4 people running independently on this awesome car. I mean, there are a lot of fantastic cars made for the Genesis, Mega Drive, whatever. And this is just one of the examples. The fact that it allowed controller ports in the actual car. It's phenomenal. And I knew it had that before it even, you know, as soon as I saw it was a Micro Machines game, I knew that was the case. So I immediately picked that one up. There's a few I didn't, because they were sort of sports games. Got Jurassic Park, which I'm assured is tested and working. And again for this Mega Drive. Sorry, extracted there. Yeah, so for this one up, is this again no manual. If I remember correctly, there's 2 or more Jurassic Park games for the Sega Genesis. I think the good one is supposed to be like a top-down view one. And now, now I've said that, it's possible that that's actually a SNES game. We're not 100% sure. But yeah, again, $1.99, but why the hell not? I'm quite excited about this one. Hoping it's going to be quite decent. Looks like a 2D action platformer. Typical of the era. So, out of the box we pull this one. Now this, I sort of like the look of, because it seemed like a sort of, again, classic 2D shooter. I think this is top-down as well. Yeah, in the vein of sort of Mercenaries or Commando. But what's really cool about this, and I didn't notice this until after I actually got home, is that this is a Sega Genesis game. So whoever traded this in obviously had purchased an imported game, which is really, really cool. Yeah, so let's have a look. No manual again, but quite a cool cartridge. It says caliber 50. Like I say, I haven't heard of it. How much was this one? Also $1.99. But you know, I'm not too fussed about spending $1.99 on an imported Genesis game. That's pretty awesome. And there's one more in the bag, I think. Oh, no, I've lied to you. The next one is actually a SNES game, and that's NBA Jam for 99p, complete with the manual and obviously the cartridge. But yeah, complete. I mean, I'm an NBA Jam fanatic, so complete with the actual manual and the box in honestly pretty good shape. You know, I was delighted with that one. 99p. You know, I'd actually turned this down last week. That's how stingy I've been with my money. I refused to spend 99p on a complete boxed SNES game, and not to mention one I like as well. So yeah, so really happy with the sort of retro pickups. 16-bit retro pickups, I should say, in terms of cash converters. While I was there, I got another couple of games. Picked up this, which is Crazy Taxi, and that's 99p. I've been meaning to pick up the Dreamcast version, and I figured it wouldn't have, excuse me, figured it wouldn't have 60 Hz anyway. So I thought, I'll screw it, I'll just get the PS2 one, because it was 99p. And this is obviously complete with the manual, excuse me. And I imagine a blue disc. Yep. Ooh, a beaten up blue disc at that. But I loved Crazy Taxi back in the day, and I hope this is a faithful port. I can't see it not being one, to be honest. It didn't exactly push the Dreamcast hardware, did it? Well, I suppose for the time it did, but as the Dreamcast short life cycle went on, I think they figured out it was far more powerful, is my point there. But yeah, I just wanted the original. I don't know if Crazy Taxi 2 came out on the PlayStation 2. I don't think it did, but I'd like to pick that up as well. And the last thing I got was Gauntlet, 7 Sorrows. Now, I've heard these Gauntlet games. One of them's good, one of them's not so good. The sort of last generation ones. They came out on the Xbox as well, maybe the GameCube. I couldn't remember which was which, but every time I see this, it's quite dear. And they had a copy of it for $4.99. And I looked at it and thought, again, it's going to be 50 Hz. I'd rather buy the Xbox one, to be honest, if I ever see it. And then as I was flicking through, I found another copy for $2.50, which is I don't know what's wrong with the pricing. This just happens. I'm sure you've all experienced it. So I thought, yeah, okay, screw it, I'll take it. So took the dive, and now I have Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. I think this is, oh my god, look at the state of that. I think this is actually on the Xbox Live Marketplace for like, I don't know, 8 quid or something, is it? For the original Xbox. But I'd much rather have the box version. And, you know, for the time being, this PlayStation 1 will do. And I think I'm hoping this is one where you can level up, but I'm worried that, like I said, because there were 2 that came out on that generation of consoles, I'm worried that I've got the one where you don't sort of level up, which, if that's the case, is a bit of a bummer. But nonetheless, that's today's haul from Cash Converters. I'll just try and spread it out and get it on camera. So, that 360 controller was not part of the deal, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So, for 12 quid I got all that, and it's fantastic. So, nice little retro haul. I hope you enjoyed the vid, and there'll be another one shortly.